Hi, I'm Todd Henderson. Today we're going to install the Gator SR1 cover on the 2016 and up Chevy Colorado and GMC Canyon. Let's go ahead and get started. All right, so before I get started, I'm going to go ahead and install the bulkhead seal. Now I've already installed this one, wiped it down with isopropyl alcohol, and then stuck the bulkhead seal as far away from the cab as possible, still being on top of the bulkhead. All right, so here's all your components. You've got your side rails, you've got the tarp assembly, and you got 6 clamps. We've also got some seals that are going to go onto the side rails before we install them. So what we're going to do, this is the driver's side rail. The latch mechanism is going to be towards the end and onto the inside of the bed. The Velcro faces the outside. The foam will sit on top of the bed cap. So before we install that, we want to turn it upside down. And then you're going to see in the seal kit, you've got 4 different triangular shaped seals. 2 of them have a little half moon shape cutout in there, and those are going to go towards the top. So what we're going to do is we're going to see which one fits there. That's going to be this one. We're going to pull it out. Peel the adhesive protector off of it, and then fit into place right on top. Just like so. Now we can take that rail and set it up on top of the bed cap. We're doing the same thing to the other rail. Next, what we need to do is we need to attach the head rail to the side rails. Now, keep in mind this head rail will slide back and forth on the tarp, so before we close the cover, we may need to center the tarp on that rail. So we're going to pick up the tarp. Now you want to make sure that your seal on the bottom of the head rail is facing towards the bulkhead. What we're going to do is we're going to pull our straps away. We're going to take the side rails. This piece right here needs to go inside this open area here. Not in here, but in this open area. All right, now do the same thing on both sides. All right, now we're going to want to make sure that the straps from the header rail is out, and we can go ahead and slide the whole cover forward to where it's over top of the bulkhead. Not too far over the bulkhead, but just kind of over the edge of it. All right, now we've got the cover forward and also centered on the bed of the truck. Now we're going to unscrew the clamp to where it can slide apart. We're going to put each clamp on like so, turn it in place to where the grooves in the clamp rest inside the grooves on the rail. Then we're going to kind of pull it together and kind of put it together finger tight for right now. We want to have the first clamp as far forward as we can get it. And do that on both sides. All right, so next what we're going to want to do is we're going to roll the tarp back where the first crossbow drops into place. Now this is important because we want to keep the rails spaced properly. They need to be centered in the bed of the truck, but also spaced properly so that the rails will drop in place. Now we're going to go ahead and install our next 2 clamps so that it's not directly underneath the crossbow or about the middle of the bed. Now we're going to go ahead and roll the cover back to the next crossbow. Make sure the rails still are centered, and attach the last clamps as far back on that on your flange as possible. Before we tighten down the clamps, we're going to take our tail rail and set it in between the side rails. And before we latch this down, we're going to make sure the side rails are evenly spaced and everything is centered side to side. Then we can go ahead and roll the cover back up and tighten down the clamps, starting with the back and working our way towards the front. So now we're going to go ahead and install our final seals in the corners. They actually go underneath these corners. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull the latches on each side, roll the cover back. This is the corner that the corner seal is going to sit on. So we're going to do this on both sides. Go ahead and peel off the adhesive protectant. Well, that concludes the installation. If you have any questions, call the experts. We're here to help you out.